Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Infinity Gauntlet from the movie Infinity War. If you enjoy this video, all I ask is that you hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that, I honestly would. And if you would like to make any more cartoon and movie related builds and more superhero builds, please check out the card system and the description below. I'll be leaving links to playlists that I'm sure that you guys will really love. And that's it. Let's get started. So before we begin, I can tell you that the Gauntlet will require a 14 block by a 12 block area. 14 blocks left to right and about 12 blocks going from front to back. We also need all of these materials that I have in my hotbar right now. Every single one of them, and I don't think we need any more. However, sometimes I do forget, bear that in mind. Pause the video if necessary, grab everything that you see there. Make sure you got enough room to make it, and we can begin. So, let's say that you yourself have made this grid in your world. You're going to want to begin on the very front right hand corner of the grid. Count left from the corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, and then count inwards 1, 2. This is where we're going to start, and we're going to start with a block of gold. Go left by 1. Place a yellow terracotta, followed by 2 more gold. 1, 2. Do 2 up left diagonals. 1, 2. Go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 2 up right diagonals. 1, 2. And go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 2 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2. And go down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do a bottom left diagonal. This is what we should have. It kind of looks like a necklace. Once you have this shape, we can move on a bit. So we now want to grab our red terracotta. And on top of the only yellow terracotta that we have placed, we want to place a red terracotta. Left and right of that, place a yellow terracotta. On top of the yellow terracotta, place red terracotta. We then want to place a gold in between the red terracottas, with a red terracotta on top of the gold. Place gold left and right, and red terracotta on top of the gold. Place gold in between the terracotta, and then place a gold on top of the gold. Place yellow terracotta left, right, and above the gold. Then place a gold on top of the yellow terracotta. Extend the gold left by 2 and right by 2. Extend those two golds towards you, so the 2 on the right and the 2 on the left, like this. We then want to continue by extending those additional golds upwards by 1 row, and then connect them together. We then want to place on top of the block that we connected them together with a yellow terracotta, and then 2 orange concrete, then a yellow terracotta, then place a block of gold and extend the gold right 1, left 1, then extend it down each by 1, and then extend the blocks left 1 and right 1 like this. This is the shape that we should have so far. We're going to make a little bit more of the gauntlet now. So we want to connect the gold that we just placed downwards. So all around, well actually it's a little bit more complicated than that, because we also want to place yellow terracotta left and right of the orange concrete like this to box in the concrete, and then we want to place gold around this. And that is the first Infinity Stone. I do believe there is the Mind Infinity Stone, although I'm not going to be able to get all of these. And what you can do is extend the orange concrete forward so it looks more like a stone, because it does stick out a bit more. Okay, we now want to take all of the gold that we have on the ground and extend it up by 7 blocks. So every single gold, literally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every single one of them, without exception, including the ones at the front. And once we have raised up every single block of gold by 7 blocks, we will be filling in the little bit at the front too. So like this bit, for instance, you just want to place a block there, and then you would naturally have to extend the gold up anyway. But coincidentally, that is the lower part of the gauntlet complete. That is where you would actually put your hand in, that's where your wrist would be. And once you have done this bit, we are going to continue on. So the next thing we want to do is this. We want to place, upon all of the gold that we have just placed, we want to place a yellow concrete. So yellow concrete coming all the way around the top of the Infinity Gauntlet, creating a ring of yellow concrete, similar to what we had on the floor to begin with. Like that, basically. We then want to extend all of the yellow concrete outwards by 1 row. So what this means is on the outsides of the yellow concrete, you just want to place an additional layer of yellow concrete that will it will basically just extend the gauntlet outwards, and it will create a new level of detail like this. It should be quite easy to do, just like that. And then on top of all of those yellow blocks, we want to place a layer of 4 gold. You only have to do the outer ones. You want to place 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is applied to every single one of the outer yellow concrete blocks. So it should be quite simple for you to do. You just extend every single one of them upwards, just as we did with the lower part of the gauntlet. Just like that. You can see that this is piecing together very, very well. Now, once you have done that, we are going to do the next thing. So, the next thing for us is to make some of the fingers and add some more of the Infinity Stones. So, the best way that I can describe this is the first Infinity Stone that we want to place on the gauntlet requires that we locate this block right here. Okay? Can you see? So we're on the front of the gauntlet, right? We're looking down. This block right here. We want to place a yellow concrete. Don't ask me which particular stone that is because I cannot remember. Left of that, we want to place a block of gold. And then you can actually place an additional block of gold going left, and in front of it place a red concrete, like this. Then if we move to the other side, we actually want to begin on the same block on the opposite side, and we want to place, I believe this is the stone of power, the purple concrete. We then want to place 2 blocks of gold going right, 1, 2, and in front of this, we want to place the light blue concrete, which I'm pretty sure is like basically the space one where it allows you to teleport and stuff. Not entirely sure what it's called, but that is what you want to place right there. What we then want to do is we want to connect the blue gem and the red gem together with a row of gold block, and then place a block of gold on top of the row that you just connected stuff together with, like that. Place a row of gold behind this, like that. And then a further one. And then extend the gold right one and left one like that. So we want to have that sort of shape up at the top of the fist. What we then want to do is we want to take this row that we just extended, and we want to extend the blocks forwards by 1 row, and then outwards left by 2, 1, 2, and then right by 2, 1, 2. I actually didn't do it enough the first time, but we should have something which should look like this. What we then want to do is create some of the fingers of the gauntlet. So we're going to use yellow terracotta. And basically, it's quite easy to do, really. We want to begin by placing a yellow terracotta on the outsides of the row that we've just made. So left and right of the gold row that we've made, we want to place yellow terracotta, extend the terracotta upwards by 1, and then inwards by 1. Leave a gap of 1 coming inwards and place 2 terracotta coming in from each side. So you leave a gap of 1 and place an additional terracotta coming inwards, like that. And that's going to create basically the knuckles. We then want to, behind all of the terracotta blocks, we want to extend the terracottas backwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to do that to all of the terracotta blocks. You can even do it with the golds underneath them if you like, but I wouldn't recommend it. You don't really have to. So we're just going to place 4 gold blocks coming back from each terracotta, and that will be the fingers. So the base of the knuckles were the yellow terracotta. However, behind them, we're going to raise up the fingers a little bit more, and we're going to place an additional layer of gold up and behind the yellow terracotta, just like that. So you can see, it kind of looks like a crown at the moment, but we are going to round things off in a second, and I'll show you how we're going to be doing that. Because once you've done that, we now want to raise up the sides of the gauntlet by an additional row. So basically we want to connect this row to the fingers with a row of gold. And that row of gold wants to come all the way around the back of the gauntlet as well. So you just want to add an additional row of gold just coming all the way around, like so. And then I do believe that we're going to, at the back, we're going to raise it up by a further row like this to make the back of the gauntlet as high as the fingers. And then I'm going to fill the top of the gauntlet in using, say, yellow terracotta or gold, or you could even use glass if you wanted to, like, put like a little hidden base or something cool inside the statue. But this basically, the reason that we may use yellow terracotta or a different material is that it just separates the fingers a bit better. It just looks, now you can actually see the fingers. I mean, what you could even do is you could even like drop down the top of the gauntlet again, and you could like make the base of the fingers, and then that'd look maybe a little bit more realistic. I don't know, it's up to you. I made it I made it with just the gold going all the way around, but maybe I'll leave it like that just for now. So far we have something which should look like this from the front, and it looks quite cool, but we are missing one very important detail: the thumb. Now, the thumb is very, very important because it contains another infinity stone, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to show you how to place this. So if you come to the yellow infinity stone, and then you move your way around, like you go to this right gold block, and then the one behind it, this one, and then you drop down one, so you're in front of this block, place a yellow terracotta. Below that, a block of gold, and below that, a yellow terracotta. In the front of the gold, to the right of it more so, place a lime concrete, and then a block of gold down and up. We then want to extend all of these blocks backwards by 4 rows using gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. and every single one of these blocks wants to be extended backwards, ladies and gentlemen, so you don't have to mess about. We also want to place a row of gold in the middle of the right of the thumb, so on top of the stone, moving backwards like this. And then that actually, you know what, that's actually pretty good, but what you might want to do is maybe, I'm going to change this slightly, place a yellow terracotta in front of this block and in front of this block on the back. And that actually looks a little bit better than what we would have actually had previously, where the thumb molded all the way around. That actually looks a little bit better than what we had previously. And then the final finishing touch is just adding a lime concrete in front of that block, and then you will have your finished Infinity Gauntlet. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Or at least I hope it does. I hope that you guys like that. That is the Gauntlet complete. And if you wanted to, of course, you can crack into the Gauntlet and you can turn it into a little house, really. I mean, it's quite big. I'm not going to do that. I just want to have like a nice standalone statue, but you could absolutely make a little base inside there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what the Gauntlet should look like once it's been 100% fully completed. You're ready to rule the universe. If you enjoyed this video, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out so much. If you enjoyed the channel and you want to see more of my stuff, please check out the card system and the description below. I have all sorts of playlists that contain all sorts of builds. This is more of a cartoony part of my world. I'm sure that you guys might be able to recognize some of the builds that I have around me, but if you look into the distance, then you might be able to see some more regular builds too. Also, if you want to see what I'm up to in the future, consider subscribing and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That ensures that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye! And this video subscriber shoutout goes to Tomb101? I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm thinking you're trying to be clever by saying Tomb. I don't know, it could equally be 200M101. I have no clue, but you did give me a little bit of a chuckle with a comment that you posted. It's so simple, but I love it. Do you want to hear a construction joke? Too bad, I'm working on it. And it gave me a little bit of a chuckle when I read it. Plus, I see you commenting from time to time, and I really appreciate you, my loyal subscriber. If you'd like to check out, I'm just going to assume Tomb, please check out the description. I'll be leaving a link to his or her channel, and you can subscribe over there if you'd like to. But thank you so much to Tomb and every single person that is like Tomb, that likes the video, subscribes, clicks the little bell, and leaves comments, whether they be funny or just simply nice. I like both of them equally. Thank you so much, guys. It might not have been you this time, but it certainly could be you next time.